Yugioh Shining Victories brings a lot of interesting cards to the table. There's definitely a heavy control aspect, by either stopping a player from playing or activating cards, or by removing their cards from play. So I'll show a couple of standout cards from the set first, then I'll get on to the new monster archetypes. So here are a couple of Blue Eyes cards. Interesting for using Blue Eyes White Dragon, if you don't have it. Electro Pendulum, the Draco Overlord, is good for destroying pendulum monsters it battles. The Dice Toon Dragon is a good addition to the Toon monsters. Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries is good for removing cards from the extra deck. Drowning Mirror Force, great for sweeping opponents' attacking monsters. Some nice addition to the Cosmo deck here. Cosmo Dark Planet. Stardust Sapphire Divine Dragon, another Stardust monster. All powerful monsters here. Another Dragon Archfiend deck addition. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Requires 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Quite powerful here. So you need these control cards to deal with these sort of creatures. Amorphactor Pen, the Imagination Draco Overlord. Requires Amorphous Persona. Now that is pretty interesting. So check this out. Not only does the opponent skip his main phase 1, but he also negate the effects of Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz monsters. This is really powerful monster. And finally, this spell card is for use with Amorphage monsters, which is one of the new archetypes I'll get into just a little bit. The Lunarite range of monsters are all designed to help each other out in some way, whether by increasing their attack or by summoning. For instance, Blue Cat can double a Lunarite's attack, as well as bring back a Lunarite monster. Purple Butterfly can add an 1000 attack to a Lunarite monster. White Rabbit will return spell or trap cards to a player's hand. Black Sheep will help with fusion summoning Lunarite monsters, and can also bring a Lunarite monster from your graveyard back to your hand. The Pendulum Lunarite Wolf will give your Lunarite monsters piercing damage. Lunarite Tiger will give you a consistent way of bringing back Lunarite monsters to the field. And if you can fusion summon this one, Cat Dancer can pretty much steamroll over most monsters and can't be destroyed in battle. Even further, you can use it to fusion summon Panther Dancer, which is even more powerful. And even further than that, if you can fusion summon using this monster, you get the Weird Dancer, which is pretty awesome. The Amorphage range of monsters all have floodgate effects designed to lock down an opponent. As you can see, they're all named after 7 deadly sins, and they are Dragon Pendulum type monsters. In this case, Amorphage Gluttony can stop a player from activating monster effects, except for Amorphage monsters. Amorphage Lechery will stop a player from activating spell cards or effects. Amorphage Greed can stop a player from activating traps. Amorphage Envy can stop an opponent from activating Chainlink 2 effects. Amorphage Wrath can stop a player from tributing monsters. Amorphage Pride can stop a player from taking a damage of effect damage, to be precise. You got Amorphage Sloth, and that will stop any player from adding cards to their deck except by drawing. And notice how all these cards also have a additional tribute at the start of your standby phase. And lastly, Morphage Goliath, although not a 7 deadly sin. It's quite a powerful effect here. Not only stopping special summon monsters from the extra deck, but also banishing cards if they're sent to the graveyard. Digital Bug range of monsters are all about taking advantage of the defense position and setting up more powerful Xyz insect monsters. For example, Digital Bug Cocoon Dancer can grab a level 3 insect monster from your graveyard and special summon it, and also grants a bonus if it's an Xyz material in the form of when it attacks a defense position monster, the opponent's cards and effects can't be activated. Digital Bug Centibit also grabs a level 3 insect monster, except from your deck, and grants a bonus to an Xyz monster in the form of it can attack all defense position monsters the opponent controls. Digital Bug Web Solder also grabs a level 3 insect monster, except from your hand, and grants a bonus. Defense position of all the opponents becomes 0, and they're changed to defense position. Now the Xyz insect monsters also have an ability. Radiator can change the battle position of a monster and negate its effects, and it can also get back an Xyz material if it destroys a monster. Digital Bug Corvage can also be obtained from Radiator by detaching 2 Xyz materials from it, and it has additional ability. It can target a defense position monster and shuffle it back. In addition, it can also get back Xyz material if a monster's battle position has changed. Finally, Digital Bug Rhinoceros is the last and most powerful. Rhinoceros can actually destroy a face-up monster if it has the highest defense. So is it worth buying anything from Shining Victories? Well, there's a bit of support for existing archetypes, but when I buy into a new set, I'm really looking to play something different and experiment around with new gameplay styles. So in that regard, I kinda like the new Lunar Light monsters, and the Amorphage monsters too. And that's all I've got to say so far on Shining Victories. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.